Hello and welcome to Limerock, site to race number 21 of the Reebok Truck Series season. And on the front row is Canada's own Paul Swanson. He'll start alongside Eric Powers. Chris Louvier, Matt Dixon make up row number 2 with Charles Jackson, Tom Shelley row 3. Preston Plord, Jake Baskinger row 4. Kyle Collins and the points leader Dylan Thoreau make up row number 5. And here is the rest of your starting grid. As Dylan Thoreau comes in with a 25-point lead over William Duncan in the 30. James Shelley is 76 back in 3rd. Eric Powers is 82 back 4th in points. Steve Pollard 5th, 122 back. And those are the drivers who can leave here as the points leader. Rest of the top 10 is Amanda Shelley, Alex Perkel, Jay Stella, Jonathan Zorline, and Sam Young. Rest of the race winners that are outside the top 10 in points, you look at Max Neuwirth, Preston Plord, Mason Powers, our most recent winner, Seth Cole, a 3-time winner down 23rd. And then John Irvin and Katon Nakagawa as well enter this race as drivers in the top 30 in points. Charles Jackson, Zach Kreller, and Greg Jones outside the top 30 in points but have a win. Here's the starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
10 laps in store for the trucks as they will take to the Connecticut road course here. We got the chicane installed as well this time. Who knows, if I find a working non-chicane version, we might use that at some point. But for this season, the chicane is going to be used. Trucks and Hooters Series both here this weekend. Hooters Series promising to probably have a little bit longer of a race than the trucks. As you see, the pace speed is very slow, 35 miles an hour, no cautions here today. As we are set to get the green, pace truck pulls off, field under control, the Geico Toyota of Paul Swanson. And we are green from Limerock. What does turn 1 have in store for us? Pretty calm down to turn 1. Louvier going for the race lead actually on Swanson, but Swanson got the inside line and Baskinger is off. And hard into the wall as well for truck number 60. So not the start to the race Baskinger would have liked. He was off in turn 1. Seth Cole is around, as well as John Irvin, a 2-time winner this season. Someone was off in the dirt there, just ahead of these guys. As 3 wide through the chicane. I don't think that was how that was intended to go. They make it work though. Someone was off there as well. Lord running a little wide, but it is Swanson leading lap 1. As he's taken a 1.5 second lead over the 3-car battle for second. As Dixon, the outside, started 4th, he's back to 7th after 1 lap. Losing countless spots here. Apparently the truck was good for 1 lap, but not very good on the race run or something, because just continuously losing spots even when he's got the inside line there. Although inside line on the chicane is not the most ideal line to be taking through there. As Louvier does decrease the gap as... Oh, Binky Louvier is off. And Trevor Germain's had problems. The 61 truck with some damage. Let's see how that affects his truck as the race goes along. Possibly have gotten into a little bit of a confrontation with Binky Louvier on the racetrack. As Jessica Shelton, she's also got damage in the 9 truck. Came into this race 16th in the driver's points. As there's William Duncan back here in 30th. Wow. It's shocking to see him back here. He's normally really good at these road courses. As there's Johnny Gardner to his inside. Someone with a big off down there. Not quite sure who it was, but a lot of dirt getting kicked up. As Kyle Matthews going for 20th on Steve Pollard. Actually, that is for the 18th position on the racetrack, as Jeff James making the move for 20th on Hiroshi Kazuyoshi. As every little bit of these guys getting off, you see the dirt getting kicked up. That's going to decrease the visibility of these drivers as the race goes along. Keeping up concentration going to be a very key thing today. As apparently Gardner had a little bit of an excursion because Shelton now has gone around the 22. Jay Stella trying to go around the outside of the 13 into the right-hander. Not going to work and almost gets the wall. Oriel Pollard going to make the move now on the 42. That's for 35th. As a big mess of trucks right here. Wow. Kazuyoshi just continuing to fall back. Not sure if there's something wrong with the 35 truck or not, but either way, they just did not have their truck set up well, I guess, for the conditions. Gap within a second now up front. As Greg Jones move him up to 23rd as he passes the 35 truck. And the 90 tried to put it in there on the 35. A little bit of contact between the two. And that's going to open the door for Zorline to get underneath the 35 now. And oh, big trouble. Into the wall goes the 98. Oh my! Big wreck on the front straightaway. 48's involved. Oh, and the track just blocked. Oh, wow. That was a scary looking wreck. As the entire bit of traffic just came to just a halt on the front straightaway there. Sam Young now up to 16th as he passes the 50. Gap almost down to about half a second now between the top two as there's Shelton still on the guardrail. Unfortunately, that's going to pretty much end her day. Nowhere to go there. 98, the 72 has retired. We'll have to check out what happened there. As Chris Louvier trying to grab a truck win from Paul Swanson, who's still looking for his first career win. I believe Louvier is looking for his first Reebok Truck Series win as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. Swanson just has to hit his marks, though, here in the final couple laps. That's essentially all he's got to do. Gap closed down a little bit as Eric Powers is looking for third on Charles Jackson. Powers needing all the points he can get right now in the chase on points, not on a win. And Swanson is one of those drivers who has yet to go to victory lane this season. And here comes Amanda Shelley looking for fifth on Collins. Not going to get there. The Canadian has had so many opportunities and they've gone south really for him. Countless times we've seen him lead. Countless times we've seen him lead late only to have it slip away. Is this going to be a repeat of so many things that have happened for Swanson? As he takes 2 laps to go, we check in on the back of the field. Binky Louvier has gone around Jay Stella. Stella's found another issue on the track somewhere. There's Duncan back in 30th. Shelton's car is just officially pretty much giving it up and taking it to pit lane. Sky Commons and Max Newart battle for 20th. As a little bit of ground was lost there by Louvier that time around. There's the points leader just outside the top 10. Great run for him. Important for him though too, because the points leader locked in no matter how many winners there are. As Swanson comes around, he'll see the white flag first. Will he see the checkered flag first? 1 lap to go at Limerock. 1 second is the gap. As Swanson and Louvier, they're going to be the ones to battle it out. The Mikasuki Toyota versus the Geico Toyota. And Jackson's Dodge, I don't think has anything to go for it in this fight. Shelley now inside of Collins. That's for 5th. Dylan Young looking on this battle. Now he's going to put his nose in there. No, not able to fit it. As they come through the final set of corners. Looks like it's going to be finally for Paul Swanson. 14th in the points coming into this one. And he will take Limerock. Paul Swanson is a first-time winner in the Reebok Truck Series. Matt Dixon hangs on to 8th. Tom Shelley 9th. James Shelley the top 10. Covering bases in case I don't show the bottom half of the grid. Rough day for Seth Cole. Found an issue early on, and just the way that this track works, you can't really capitalize or rebound really if you ran into problems. But one guy who had no problems at all today was that man. Paul Swanson is a Reebok Truck Series winner. Chris Louvier, the second place driver behind him. Charles Jackson, Eric Powers, Amy Shelley. Or sorry, that's not Amy, that's Amanda Shelley. I need to go back to put that as AMA there again. Dang. Kyle Collins, Dylan Young, Matt Dixon, Tom, and James Shelley, the top 10. All 3 Shelleys in the top 10. Not too often that happens. But either way, looking at the bottom of the field, Shelton in 39th, Fitzwater, Zorline, Pollard with issues today. The one main incident that I'm going to go back and look at because I know it happened. I want to see what happened to the 72. We'll be right back. But congrats to Paul Swanson regardless on what was a spectacular victory. Dominating fashion here today. Then again, didn't really expect anything less than the pole sitter winning, right? Lol. It is a road course after all. We'll be right back to show you what happened to the 72. So it just really was not a good day for Stephen Pollard III, in all honesty, because he got involved in the incident with John Irvin there where his truck gets spun around a little bit, or where Irvin's truck got spun around. Got some damage out of that. And then coming around on the final corner, his truck, you'll see here, will just blow up. So something happening there. Pollard, I guess, attentively realizes this, tries to get his truck down onto pit lane. But unfortunately, you see that yellow line, that's what he has to be underneath, and he misses. And that is what ultimately, I guess, will end the day, because they go and list it down as an accident on the 72. Either way, first out of the day for Stephen Pollard III, and that's what happened.